Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 6th grade concept of solving proportionalities. This is standard 6.5b in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 21 off the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So we have a very simple proportionality here, and we don't even have any answers to choose from because this is a free response item. So let's take a look. A certain type of brass contains 65% copper. And then how many pounds of copper are contained in 120 pounds of brass? Those are the only two numbers we are going to get. There is a third number that's kind of hidden here, and that's when we're dealing with these proportionalities is the 100%. That's going to be our third number that we're going to need. There's two different ways to solve this. First, let's set up a proportionality. So let's just say we've got 120 pounds of brass, and that is the entire type of brass. So that's the entire thing. I'm going to call that my 100%, that's the full weight of the brass. What I'm looking for is the amount of copper here, the 65%. So since this is my 100%, what I want to do is I want to set up my proportionality, and I want to say, well, I want to figure out what is my 65%. I've got my pounds up here, so that's my full weight is 120 pounds. I'm looking for my 65%, which is going to be my unknown weight of copper. So when we're setting up proportionalities, you have to make sure you have like terms in the numerators and the denominators. So I've got pounds in my numerators, I've got percents in my denominators. So I can set this up, and now I can use cross multiplication. So 100 times my unknown number of pounds of copper is going to be equal to 120. So 120 times 65 is going to be equal to 100, and I'll just call it x. So let's figure out this 120 times 65, just a little 3 by 2 multiplication, so that's 0. That's 10, and that is going to be carry that 1, so we got 5 times 1 is 5. We've got 6, so 600 in that first row. 6 times 0 is 0. Remember, we put that first 0 here because we're starting in the tens place. 6 times 2 is 12, carry the 1. 6 times 1 is 6, add that 1 back in is 7. So it looks like I've got 7, 8, 0, 0. So that's what this is. 7,800, but remember that 7,800 is equal to this, right? These two are equal. So 100x is equal to 7,800. Now, I need to isolate this variable. I need to get x by itself, which means I can divide both sides by 100, which actually makes this fairly easy. Those cancel out, and since I'm dividing by 100, look, I can just take these two zeros off, and I get x equals 78. So it looks like this mystery number right here is 78. Now, that's if we want to set up a proportionality. There's actually a faster way to do this, because we need to find 65% of this 120 pounds. Well, you can easily turn 65% into a decimal by moving the decimal spot once, twice. So we're going to get 0.65. And if we want to find 65% of something, that means multiply. We could take our 120 and multiply by 0.65, and we're going to get the same answer. So that's going to be 0, that's 10. Notice we've done something very similar to this right here. We did it 65, we just didn't have the decimal there, right? So my numbers are going to be the same. It's going to be 7,200. The only difference here, still going to get my 7,800, but look at now I've got 2 digits behind the decimal in my factor, which means in my product I need 2 digits behind the decimal. So I'm going to get 78, and as we are filling this in on our answer document here, remember we've got all the numbers down below, so we're just going to make sure we bubble this in right here. We're going to put a 7 and an 8. If you put the zeros in the decimal spots, that's fine as well.